How you doing? Welcome to Get Real Bass Fishing. We're on our way to Artist Lake in Middle Island on Long Island, and it's about 25 to 6, so we're going to try and catch the night bite. Evenings have been cooling off, so hopefully the bass will be hungry and active tonight. It's a glacial lake, so it's cut out by glacier. It's not very deep anymore. Deepest area is about 9 foot. Most of it is about 4 foot, going down to 6 inches, where all the lily pad areas are. So hopefully we'll see some action tonight with bass and pickerel. There is some nice crappie and yellow perch in there as well. So we're looking forward to a decent night. See how it goes. We'll catch out on the lake. Okay, it's just after 6 and we are on the lake. I haven't been here in a couple of months and it's low. The water level is super low. We got weed growth almost to the top, all the way to the top in some areas. So it's going to be challenging. Looks like might be like a worm kind of night, but we'll see what happens. So maybe some top water action. We might be able to rip some spinnerbaits through it. So we're going to give it a shot. We'll be here until after dark, and hopefully we'll catch some bass and pickerel. Catch you later. Alright, well, we got our first bass. We were fishing these pockets in the weeds. The lake is very weeded over. A lot of coontail and hydrilla. So we were fishing these little pockets. We were dropping, Paulie was dropping a worm in them, and I was dropping a marabou jig. We like to fish these cream worms. Worms made by Creme. This is the intermediate size, I guess. They come little ones about that big, and then these, and then a really big one. Paulie was using the small one, actually. I was using this one. So he caught the first bass working those pockets on the worm, and I had a crappie on the same. The crappie I caught, small crappie, was on a chartreuse marabou jig, just dropping it in there, letting it sink, and then kind of twitching it up a couple times, and landing them that way. We've caught some really nice fish work in that lake in that manner. We hooked into a nice pickerel. I was working, I think I was working the worm, and cast it into one of those pockets, and it grabbed the worm and shot to the left like it. I'm telling you, it had to be a 3-4 pound pickerel. The way it ripped through those weeds, and but as soon as he got over there, the hooks on these things are really small, and a good-sized pickerel is going to have no problem turning his head and getting those hooks out. So so we lost him before we even got to get a good glimpse of him. But it was definitely exciting. So you'll love that footage. Right, we had a small bass on a worm. Again, these cream worms, we use them at the golf course that we fish, and they work great. I gotta hand it to Creme. They made a great product. We did find out on the way home, though, that when it breaks loose, when the rod is on top of the vehicle and it's whipping in the wind, they don't last. but as far as fishing, they give you a replacement worm with every one you buy. They come in that nice little package, so you can rehook a second worm, and they work really well. Put a small perch on the edge of the lily pads, also on that worm. Perch was, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 inches. You know, a lot of times people say, well, you know, you're out to catch big fish. Yeah, everybody wants to catch big fish. It's just not always that easy. We did have some pickerel action tonight. The 2 pickerel that I caught, well, actually I got one to the boat, one I lost at the boat. The 2 pickerel I caught on a Mepps spinner, a Mepps #2 Aglia, chartreuse blade, and it's not the traditional fur on the hook either. It's more like feather, I want to say. I'm not sure what they use on this one. I know most of them are squirrel tail. fur, but this one happens to be, it's just a softer fur, a very fine fur. This one's been beat up because I've used it a lot, but this chartreuse blade, it works really well on this number 2 Mepps Aglia. The spinner also works well on bass. I caught a nice small bass there on this number 2 Aglia as well. Again, we're looking for quantity, not quality. We use ultralight rods, light rods, so that when, you know, every fish feels like a monster. And that's what it's all about. It's feeling the fight of the fish.